So part of one of the New Age beliefs that a lot of people espouse now is in karma and reincarnation. So karma is the idea that everything that happens to us is a result of something we've done to other people, or as a result of energy we've put out in the world, right? So if we're generous with other people, the world and other people will be generous with us. If we help heal people, the world and other people will help heal us. If we hurt other people, the same will happen to us, and so on and so on. If we work to help maintain a healthy country by selfless service, we'll probably be blessed with future lives in healthy and functioning countries. If we abandon our country and we don't provide the service we could render to the well-being of the society we live in, we might be born into a circumstance where we don't have a good society or a healthy country to live in. And so that's the law of karma. And then, of course, with reincarnation, it goes along with that the chain of cause and effect that we start now and have started in previous lives will continue into future lives. And rather than being an incentive to sort of indulge, it's actually an incentive to behave well and live your best life, knowing that whatever mistakes you make will continue into your next life, and whatever good you do will also continue into your next life. Basically, we would continue our next life more or less with the same consciousness we have when we finish this life. And so with that, I kind of wanted to use that as a starting point and then pivot into politics, because politics is how we shape the laws of our society. We create certain norms about morality and what's right and wrong, what we believe life should be like for people in the world. And the bedrock of this for many people are their moral and spiritual beliefs. Now, some people don't have really moral and spiritual beliefs, and so for them, the highest thing possible is material wealth and gain and pleasure. But a lot of people who do have spiritual beliefs believe that there are more important things to life. And so enough of that. I now want to talk about politics for a while, because when we see the starting point of most political debates is saying, okay, this is hard to watch. We have a problem in our society, right? Now, if someone's doing violence to someone else, that's an easy solution. We know that that should be illegal, and that the law making that illegal should be enforced. But where it gets more murky, and where most of our long-standing debates begin from, is the observation that there's a lot of people suffering. There's a lot of people with health problems. They can't pay for medical care. There's a lot of people who are in financial straits. And from that point, a lot of people think that the government should step in and help them with welfare programs, and a lot of people think that they shouldn't. And I don't really want to take a side in that debate particularly, because I think there's subtle ways things could be done without too much government overreach. But what I do want to do is say that based on the law of karma and reincarnation, no one's really a victim of fate. Everyone's created their own fate from what they've done in past lives. And if you want a better fate in the future, rather than saying someone should bail me out now, it's more productive and more truthful to say I should start improving my own life now. If I have health problems, I should sure as heck take care of my diet, should start exercising, should start thinking about what I'm putting in my body. If I have relationship problems, I should start thinking about treating other people better, because karmically, how we treat others is how others will treat us, right? If we have substance abuse problems, we should think about making new habits, or really getting to the core of why we are addicted to substances. Now, I don't want to conclude the political debate about what's right and wrong for the government to do. I simply want to point out that for the spiritual community, or rather the community that does believe in these sort of spiritual laws, karma and reincarnation, these political conversations should run differently than what they normally run as. And it should be taken as a given that people are in the circumstances they are in because of their own past actions. If people have health problems, financial problems, it sounds harsh, but this is the spiritual law that we are operating under. And I think that this perspective will lend a lot of clarity to these conversations, because without a belief in karma and reincarnation, the conversation goes much differently, right? Like, if you really believe that you only live once, then how could you ever explain the difference in circumstance between humanity or between different members of the human race? Some people are born with everything. Some people are born with money, good looks, loving parents, opportunities in life, health, great partnerships, great friendships, great business opportunities, spiritual beliefs, right? Wisdom. A lot of people, not a lot, but some people literally have all that. They're born with it. Some people, on the other hand, are born with abusive parents, health problems, poverty, no opportunities in life, everything stacked against them. And what I'm saying is, yes, they deserve our compassion, and certainly on a personal level, our help when we can. And yet, also from a perspective of discrimination and wisdom, so that's the feminine side, is wanting to render help and compassion to these people, and that is good and noble. And then on the masculine side, from the Saturnian side, we should say, well, while we do want to help them, we also recognize that they are where they are because of karmic law. And we are dreaming our reality, and our karma is shaping our reality. And so if we really want to help them, the best thing we could do is help them to create better habits. Maybe someone's poor and unhealthy because they're lazy. Maybe they're poor and unhealthy because they don't make an effort. Yes, they don't have opportunities, but if you're lazy enough and you get lethargic enough and you have enough inertia, you're not magnetizing opportunities either. So by developing your willpower, by putting out energy to create opportunities for yourself, even if they don't come, eventually they will come, even if it's in the next life. And that's really the only way to improve your situation. Now you could say, oh, well, these welfare programs really help this person eat. Sure, but Christ also said, give a fish to a man, he eats for a day. You teach him to fish, he eats for his lifetime. And that, I think, is in perfect resonance with what I'm saying, is if you really want to help someone, it's like this feminine instinct for compassion and helping other people really needs to be merged with the masculine understanding and wisdom that we are living the circumstance that we have created for ourselves based on our past action. And so all I'm saying is, political conversation aside, if we really want to help people, and this could factor into the political debate as well, we really want to teach people how to live better. We want to encourage people and incentivize people to work harder. We want to raise awareness of why they are living the reality they're living in. And my perspective on this is, if you give people too much, you're disincentivizing them to make effort for future gains or improvements in their circumstances. And so I do think there's an argument to be made that real love, real compassion for people who are struggling may sometimes manifest in giving them things, but more often than not, I think it should manifest in teaching them how to live better, and by not disincentivizing them to be active members of society. And if you give people too much stuff, too much free help, you're doing just that. You're actually robbing them of the chance to strengthen their willpower, to improve their circumstances and make a better life for themselves.